I think it's fair to say that in life there are just some things I will never do. For example, I will never do heroin. I will never get laser eye surgery. I will never give you the raw files to edit yourself. Hey guys, it's Emma here, and I think I speak for every professional photographer when I say that we have to put up with our fair share of lunacy. People just tend to make these comments to us, whether innocently because they don't know any better, or they think they're just trying to be funny, or they're just an asshole. So I thought I would share my list of things that photographers are tired of hearing. This is my personal opinion. There may be other things that drive you guys crazy, but for me, this is it. These are the 12 things that just to no end frustrate me. You can see that I'm already trying to control my temper and my language. I really don't want to just start swearing throughout this entire video because I still like my job. Also, disclaimer, I will try and keep this as positive and non-slanderous as possible. I don't want to look bitter or mean-spirited, so this is not meant in a cruel, mean-spirited way. I need to let off some steam, you know? I need to share my pain. And there's only one thing you can do when you're ranting away to a camera and a microphone in a house by yourself. It's a Thursday and I work part-time in retail, don't judge me. Without further ado, I give you the 12 things professional photographers are tired of hearing. Number 12. That's too expensive. Oh no. Listen, our services can be expensive, and with good reason. There is a reason why we charge so much. You see, it's not just our time, our travel expenses, food, energy. It's not just that goes into what we do. Our equipment itself can be really expensive. Hell, a camera body alone can cost over £3,000. So forgive us when we politely decline your offer to give us 25 quid and a free pint. See, the student me would have said yes, however, the 23-year-old professional adult me would have some things to say. And it's not just the actual shoot that we charge for here, let's just break it down. We have several hours, if not days, of editing ahead of us. It can take us so long to edit one job, which is still part of the job, which you're paying for. Second of all, for most professional photographers, this is our only source of income. So if you feel uncomfortable about paying that much, that's absolutely fine. We can always negotiate or work out a deal, just don't take the piss. Otherwise, if that's your mentality, you can go to the friend that will do it for 25 quid and a free pint. You'll soon see the difference. Number 11. How hard is it to take a photo? Okay, this one, even though it is at number 11, really does wind me up. Because the people that say this, they just see the camera and a button. That's all they see. And they probably think that you've got it in auto anyway, which is completely wrong. The people that say this don't understand the time, energy, years of perfecting the art, maths and science of photography, the theories, lectures, philosophies, the countless TED Talks. Oh my god, the TED Talks. It's also marketing and running a business, and those aren't easy things to learn either. I went to university to study photography, and I was there for 3 years, and trust me, it's a lot. It's not an easy thing to learn. There's so many theories and philosophies. Susan Sontag's On Photography, for example, if anyone says it's just pressing a button, get them to read that book. The amount of times I've had to explain to people that it's not an easy thing to do. It's not just something you can master overnight. And I'm explaining all the technicalities to them, and I just see their eyes kind of glaze over. I mean, yeah, once you've set up all the lighting, you've got your settings correct, the model or whatever it is you're photographing is perfect, everything's sorted out, then yes, it is easy just to press that button which takes the photo. However, there's everything before that and everything after that. So please don't come up to me and say that what I do for a living is easy. Number 10. I can't pay, but it'll be great exposure. This is a bit of a grey area for a lot of people. You see, in some cases, doing certain things for free can be great exposure if done with the right people. It can open a lot of doors for you, lead to some new opportunities. It personally has done for me in the past. However, there is a fine line between doing some things for free and doing everything for free. You're not a charity, you have bills to pay, you have equipment to maintain, you have time to keep, so on and so forth. Do not become a charity that people can walk all over, because if you start accepting some things for free, eventually you'll start accepting everything for free because you no longer know how to say no. And when that happens, people can and will walk all over you. Do not let that happen. Do not be that photographer. If it's a cause that you feel happy to donate to, then by all means, do it for free, as long as you're getting something in return. However, if you, a client, expect me to do everything for free while you get all the goods, that's not how I work. I have respect for myself as a business. I take myself seriously as a photographer and an artist and a professional. I will not do everything for free. Some things, yes, but with good reason. Everything else, you're gonna have to pay. As one great man once said,
if you're good at something, never do it for free.
Number 9. Can you send me all the raw files? I'll just edit them myself. Okay, this sentence right here fills me with dread. It is a genuine fear that I have that a customer will come up to me and say, just send me all the raw files and I'll edit them myself. What, so you can butcher them with awful filters and put them online? You'll just oversaturate them and do that weird thing where they just get rid of like all texture on their skin to the point where they kind of look like an egg. And I just don't want people thinking that's what my work looks like. The minute you do that, I will immediately disown everything to do with those images. I will immediately just cut myself off because I don't want people thinking that's what I do. Also, that's kind of messing with someone else's copyrighted material. You can't do that. That's a sticky situation right there. As covered earlier in the video, editing is part of the job. It comes with the rest of the package. Also, when people request all the raw files, I don't think they realise just how many images we take on a job. A lot of the time those images are retakes, copies, setup shots. Just, we don't always nail it on the first try, because we're human. There's a reason we do it ourselves. We reject them so you don't have to. Number 8. Can you please Photoshop, insert ridiculous request here? Can you make me younger? Can you make me thinner? Can you make me prettier? Photoshop is not a miracle worker, and I don't mean this in a horrible way. I'm not shaming anybody. This isn't a video about variety or body confidence. There's nothing about that. However, if you literally want me to sit there and Photoshop every single wrinkle out of your 92-year-old great-grandmother's face, you're gonna have to pay extra. Also, it'll look ridiculous anyway. Yeah, I retouch my images, but I don't alter somebody's body because that's their body. I'm a huge advocate of body confidence and body positivity. I will not make somebody thinner on Photoshop. I completely disagree with that. Also, I don't fancy stepping into the uncanny valley to make you look like some sort of AI from Black Mirror that's been given a face. I have better things to do, I have other jobs to work on. No, I will not Photoshop your bum. Number 7. Thanks, but we just got Uncle Bob to photograph our wedding instead. Uncle Bob, Aunt Brenda, Cousin Debbie, your friend from work that's just got their first DSLR. It doesn't matter if it's a wedding, event, birthday party, catwalk show, whatever. Why on earth would you spend so much time and money on energy on a once-in-a-lifetime event only to have horrible, blurry amateur pictures to remember it by? You would not want to remember that. You would not want to look back on that day. But if you do want to laugh, I highly recommend you Google awful wedding photography. It will just make you a day. We are professionals, we know what we're doing. Also, it's not just showing up on the day where we begin the job. There's the booking process. We sit down, we have meetings with you, we discuss what you want. For us to go through all of that only for you to turn around and do something like this to us, it's pretty insulting and also a colossal waste of our time. It's just, don't do it. Also, in hiring someone cheaper, you might inevitably end up spending more than you would have if you just hired a professional. Why? Free shoots. Number 6. Can you recreate this Pinterest photo? We're not just photographers, we're artists as well, and we're not going to straight up copy someone else's work. It's plagiarism, it's messing with copyrighted material, and we don't feel comfortable doing it. Another reason why I think so many photographers, including myself, find this quite insulting is the client is basically saying, I don't think you're clever, creative, or original enough to come up with an idea of your own, so I'm just going to get you to copy someone else's work that I thought was much better. Number 5. You mean you actually earn money doing that? It's 2018. People get paid for crazy things nowadays. People earn money through YouTube. They earn money as professional sleepers. People can literally get jobs as scuba diving pizza deliverers. I'm not joking, Google it. And yet with all of that in mind, if you still find it hard to believe that I, a professional, can earn money taking professional pictures, you are on another planet. Yes, I actually earn money doing what I do, and it's a decent amount of money too, because I take myself seriously as a business. Also, you saying that is basically telling me that what I do isn't a real job. If you've ever picked up a copy of Vogue, watched an advert on television, looked at catalogue pictures for different items and products that you can buy, you'll know that somebody took those and they were most likely paid for them. How is it so hard to believe that that can't be done professionally? Number 4. It's only a few shots, can't you do them for free? No. You wouldn't go to your local grocery store, pick up 3 random items, and then demand you get them for free because it's only 3 items. I don't care if it's 10 photos, 3 photos, or 1 photo. If you're a customer, and this is a job, I will charge you, because again, it goes back to the time, energy, expenses. We still have to set up the shot, we still have to edit the photo. It's still a professional job. It's still my time being spent to create something for you, a customer. In some rare cases, again, like the whole exposure thing, this can work and you can get away with it, but in most cases, no. Because you've got to have respect for yourself as an artist and you want other people to have respect for you too. Number 3. Wait, so you don't do weddings? Again, grey area. I personally don't do weddings anymore. I did for a time. It was a great way to earn a bit of extra money. However, they are very stressful and anxiety inducing for me personally. I have many friends and colleagues that do weddings professionally. They love it, they thrive on it, they're good at it, it's their thing. However, it's just not my thing, so please don't get offended if you ask me if I do weddings and I say no. Also, I think people hear photographer and they seem to think that the only thing you do are weddings. There's way more to the photography spectrum than that. There are so many different jobs in the industry. We're not just limited to weddings. Again, some professionals just do weddings and that's it, but that's their thing and they enjoy it. That's how they market themselves. It's just not how I market myself. Number 2. Can you make everything black and white except for this one colour? Oh, good grief. Schindler Ring, as the term has become known over recent years, is kind of a private joke among photographers. It's a really outdated, tacky, amateur effect where everything is black and white except for one colour, hence the term Schindler Ring, because you know, Schindler's List, it's all black and white except for the girl in the red coat. In that movie, it was poignant, it was powerful, it was there to make a statement and it worked. In your engagement photos, it's just gonna look ugly. In some situations, it can work. However, those situations are very few and far between. I will never in my right mind do that to my work because it doesn't look good. It looks so amateur. It's one of the oldest tricks in the book and it's also kind of the most laughable. The majority of the time, it just looks bad. So if you ask me to do that, I can do it, yes, but I won't. Please don't make me do that to my work. Number 1. Your photos are amazing. You must have a great camera. Come here. It's not the camera that takes the great photos. I take the great photos, okay? I take the great photos. Oh, this gets to me on a level that I just cannot explain. So you may be wondering, out of all the things that I've listed thus far, why is this the one that's on the number 1 spot? Why is this the one thing that drives me and countless other photographers crazy? Because it's an insult, a huge slap in the face to what we do. We spend years practicing, perfecting, learning. Some of us even go to college or university. We take courses, we spend countless amounts of money and time trying to figure things out. But apparently, all of that hard work doesn't count for anything. Why? Because it's the camera that's the reason. First of all, it's not just the camera. The camera is an inanimate object. Yes, you can get cameras that are way better than others, but if you don't know how to use them, it means nothing. I've been at events where people have just come up to me and said, oh, if I had your camera, I'd be able to take pictures just as good as yours. What the hell do you think I'm gonna say? Yeah, sure, Bill, with your disposable camera full of pictures of people's feet and the back of people's blurry heads, I completely agree with you. Here you go. If a baby or an orangutan would try and take a picture with my camera, it would be terrible. However, I can take great pictures with disposable cameras and film cameras and hell, even iPhones half the time. That isn't me being arrogant. That isn't me blowing sunshine up my own arsehole. It's just fact. It's because I know what I'm doing. I know how the setup works. I know how aperture and ISO and shutter speed and white balance, I know how all of these things work. I know what to do to take a great picture. I know how to achieve a great image. It's not just pushing a button on a camera. This sentence just completely devalues everything we do as professionals. Anyone can own a great camera, sure. It doesn't make you a photographer or a great one. You have to learn it. Even then, some of the industry greats, the photography heavyweight champions, all had a natural talent on top of all of their knowledge. Not really that, but it seems silly to compliment an inanimate object rather than the person using it. I mean, how would you feel if you invited me over to dinner and I complimented your oven rather than you, the cook? In fact, there's actually a quote by photographer Sam Haskins about this. It highlights the complete ridiculousness of the situation, and it goes something like this. A photographer went to a socialite party in New York. As he entered the front door, the host said, "I love your pictures, they're wonderful. You must have a fantastic camera." He said nothing until the dinner was finished. Then, "That was a wonderful dinner. You must have a terrific stove." It's ludicrous, isn't it? You wouldn't dare say that to any other kind of professional, so there is no need to say it to a photographer. Some people just say it out of ignorance. They're naive, they don't know any better, they don't understand how the business works. At which point I will kindly sit down and explain it to them. And then you do get the people that just want to make you feel bad. Shut out those people, just get rid of them. You don't need that negativity in your life. So, just to reiterate, it's not the camera, it's me. So that is it, guys. That is my personal list of the 12 things photographers are sick and tired of hearing. If there's anything I've forgotten to mention, or if there's something that winds you up as a professional photographer, even if you've got a funny anecdote or story, please comment below. I would love to hear them. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. New videos will be uploaded every Wednesday. Cheers, guys. I ran out of gin. Whoa! Woo! It's spilling everywhere and I haven't taken a sip yet from it. I'm still friggin' sober.